Hello class, welcome to Pre-Algebra Lesson 3.7, which is all about adding and subtracting mixed numbers. So this is our third day on this lesson. This is our last lesson, okay? We are going to practice converting mixed numbers into improper fractions first, and then we're going to practice adding, and then we'll practice subtracting. So jumping into example 1, we have convert mixed numbers into improper fractions. So some of you might remember this, and some of you might think, I don't remember what this means. So first of all, a mixed number is when you have a whole number with a fraction attached to it. Okay, so this is a mixed number. An improper fraction is when you have a number, let's say like 15/4. That is an improper fraction because the top number, the numerator, is bigger than our bottom number, the denominator. So anytime the numerator is bigger than the denominator, it is considered an improper fraction. Okay, so we're going to practice turning mixed numbers into improper fractions. And the way that you do that is you take the bottom number of your fraction, that denominator, and you multiply it with the whole number. So I'm going to say 3 times 2, that is 6. And then you add the top number of the fraction, the numerator. So I'd say 6 plus 2 is 8. And then you keep your denominator the same. So I said 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. So this is 2 2/3 is 8/3 as an improper fraction. Okay, so then if I were to do this next one, I would say 14 times 3, which is 42. And then 42 plus 3, which is 45, over, and then I keep the denominator of my fraction. So my improper fraction would be 45/14. Okay, let's try another one. So I would do 12 times 7, which is 84. And then I'd say 84 plus 5 is 89/12. So that's how you convert a mixed number into an improper fraction. All right, now that I've shown you how to do it 3 times, I want you to try converting this mixed number into an improper fraction. Good luck. All right, when you did this, hopefully you said 7 times 8 is 56, plus 5 is 61. So 61/7 would be our improper fraction. If you have questions about that, please be sure to reach out for some help. All right, next up, let's practice adding mixed numbers. So your first step is going to be convert to improper fractions. So 9 times 3 plus 5. So 9 times 3 is 27, plus 5 is 32/9. And then do you see how there's that negative here? I just carry it down and treat it like a negative 32/9. Then I say plus, and I say 9 times 1 is 9, plus 2 is 11/9. So now I have a common denominator for this one, which is great. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say negative 32 plus 11, which is a negative 21/9. So then this is your answer as an improper fraction, or you can convert it to a mixed number by saying how many times can 9 go into 21 without going over? It would be 2, and that would be 18, and then 21 minus 18 is 3/9, which then would become, instead of 3/9, that reduces to be 1/3. So I would change that to 1/3. So you can do either way. Make sure you follow the directions that you are given, okay? Now, let's practice with another one. I'm going to convert it to an improper fraction first. So I say 7 times 2 is 14, plus 4 is 18/7, plus 3 times 7 is 21, plus 6 is 27/7. 18 plus 27 is 45. And I'm okay with you using a calculator as long as you're still showing the work that I have here. If you show the same amount of work, you are welcome to use a calculator. Okay, so then I could leave it as an improper fraction or convert it to a mixed number. 7 goes into 45 6 times without going over. And 6 times 7 is 42. So 45 minus 42 is 3/7. So these are the two possible answers. All right, here is a question for you. Make sure you pay attention. Both of these numbers are negative. Go ahead, convert them to improper fractions and add them. Good luck. Okay, for this problem, hopefully you ended up with the improper fraction of -36/6. And when you simplify that, that becomes just a -6. Here's my work. If you have questions about any of those steps, please be sure to pause the video, ask for help. I am happy to help you, okay? Now let's move on to subtracting mixed numbers. All right, so here I have 1 2/5 minus 2 3/5. So again, I'm going to convert to an improper fraction. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7/5, minus, and then 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13/5. 7 minus 13, if I plug that into a calculator, 7 minus 13 is a -6/5. So that's the improper fraction, or 5 goes into 6 one time with 1 left over. So it can be written as -1 1/5. All right, so those are my options there. Now, what if we do a problem where we don't have the same denominator? This is the first time we're seeing something like this. I'm still going to do the same thing where I'm going to convert it to an improper fraction. So I'm going to say 12 times 4, which is 48. And 48 plus 3 is 51. And then over here, I'm going to say minus 6 times 2 is 12. Plus 5 is 17. And remember, when we're adding or subtracting fractions, we need to have a common denominator. So if this is 12 and the other one's 6, I need a common denominator, which is what we practiced yesterday. So I need these two denominators to match. So I start by looking at the smallest number. Here it's a 6. Is there any way to multiply 6 to get to 12? Yes. So that's great. That means that I can multiply this second fraction by 2, and I will have a common denominator. So I keep my first fraction. That one's not changing. 17 times 2 is 34, and then 6 times 2 is 12. Now that I have that common denominator, I can just subtract like I was earlier in the video. So 51 minus 34 is 17/12. And then if we are going for a mixed number, 12 goes into 17 one time with 5 left over. So these are my two possible answers. Okay. I want you to try this last one on your own. Good luck. Okay, for your last answer, hopefully you got 52/16 or 3 1/4. Okay, when you subtracted, you should have had 4/16, which reduces to 1/4. So either 3 1/4 or 52/16. Okay, if you have questions about that problem or anything else from this video, please be sure to reach out for some help. I am happy to help you. Have a great day.